First, just take a look at the views on some of these videos. Seriously, my mind was blown when I saw these numbers. I was scrolling through YouTube when I came across a few channels uploading these Jesus-related story videos. And once you actually check out their channels, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They're pulling in millions of views, even though the videos themselves are actually pretty simple. And if you've been thinking about becoming a YouTuber, you might remember that a few months ago, there were all these stick figure channels blowing up. Some of them uploaded just a handful of videos and suddenly went viral, gaining thousands or even hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Well, now people are basically doing the same thing in different niches. And one of those niches is these Jesus story videos. Creators have started making these stories using simple stick figure style characters, and some of them are already pulling in millions of views. So if you've been waiting for an opportunity to try something new, this could be it. And the best part, these videos are actually pretty easy to make. Using the method I'm about to show you, you can create videos like these in as little as 15 to 20 minutes. So if you want to get in while this trend is still hot, I definitely give it a shot. All right, now pay close attention because I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. All right, so now I'm going to break down everything step by step. But here's the thing, we're not going to waste hours doing everything manually like everyone else. We're going to work smarter, not harder. And we're going to use AI tools to do most of the work for us. And the best part is, we're doing it for free. So first, we're going to use this master prompt. I've already explained everything inside this prompt, what kind of video we're making, how it should be made, the style, the structure, literally everything is already laid out for you. All you have to do is copy the prompt and use it. And by the way, I'll leave the full prompt along with everything else in our WhatsApp channel. You'll find the link in the description, so go ahead and join if you want to grab it. Now, along with this master prompt, I'm also going to give you 5 reference scripts. And trust me, these 5 scripts and their titles are extremely strong. These are based on some of the most viral videos, so we're going to use them as references. We're basically going to show ChatGPT or Claude exactly what kind of videos we're trying to create and teach it what makes these videos work. That way, it can analyze the scripts and help us come up with some seriously good video ideas. And yep, I'll have all 5 of these scripts available on our channel too, so you can grab them from there. All right, once we've got everything ready, let's head over to Google. Just search for ChatGPT. If you've never used it before, don't worry. You can easily create an account using your Gmail account. It's super simple, and if you need help, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube. Once you're inside, you'll see an interface like this. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through everything step by step, so just follow along. The very first thing we're going to do is paste our master prompt right here and hit submit. And as you can see, the second we submit it, ChatGPT immediately understands the entire structure. It understands what we're trying to make, how we want the videos to be structured, and what we're looking for. At this point, it's asking us for the 5 reference scripts, just like you can see here. So now we're going to copy all 5 scripts along with their titles and paste them in here. And as soon as we paste everything, ChatGPT automatically organizes it into a document, which makes it way easier to keep everything together. Then we simply submit it, and watch what happens. ChatGPT basically starts decoding the core DNA of these scripts. What I mean by that is, it starts understanding exactly how these scripts were written, why these videos perform so well, where the hooks are, what keeps people watching, and which parts are getting the most engagement. It analyzes all of that. But here's something important. You can't just throw random scripts in here and expect the same results. You need to choose the right reference scripts. That's why I've already prepared these specific scripts for you. You don't have to spend hours searching for them yourself. Just copy, paste, and you're ready to go. Once ChatGPT has analyzed everything, we can simply ask it for 10 video ideas based on the same style. And just like that, it gives us 10 different ideas with strong viral potential. Seriously, I put a lot of work into putting all of this together for you. So if you find this useful, go down to the comments, scroll over, and you'll see the hype button. Hit that as much as you can because it really helps support the video. All right, now let's pick one of these ideas. I'm going to copy it, paste it into the prompt box, and ask ChatGPT to write me a full script based on this idea. For this example, I'm only asking for a 1-minute script so I can quickly show you how the process works, but obviously you don't have to stick to 1 minute. You can ask it for a 10-minute script, a 20-minute script, or basically however long you want. And as you can see, it just generated the entire script for us. Now, I want to tell you something important. The script it generated is actually really good. It's structured in a way that could work really well for a viral video. But don't just copy it and upload it without reading it yourself. Go through the script and see if there's anything you can improve. Maybe there's a part where you can add your own experience, make a section more interesting, or explain something in a better way. Make those changes, because the more you understand what you're actually making, the better you can connect with your audience and create a genuinely engaging video. So first, I'm going to copy this entire script. I've already made a few small changes to mine, but you can modify yours however you want. Once the script is ready, we're going to head back over to Google and search for 11 Labs. You'll see the website right here. Click on it and create an account. Once inside, go to text-to-speech and paste your script. You'll see a bunch of different voice options on the right side, so you can choose whichever voice fits your video. For this example, I'm going to go with this voice. Then we can adjust a few of the settings to get the kind of delivery we want. Once everything looks good, just hit generate. And as you can see, just a few moments later, our entire voiceover is ready. All right, so now that our voiceover is ready, the next step is creating all the visuals. And this is where things can get really time-consuming. If you try generating every single image for the entire story one by one, you're going to end up with a ton of images. For a 10-minute video, this could easily take you 2 or even 3 days just to create all the visuals. So, to solve that problem, I created a special prompt that basically automates this entire process. Once you give this prompt to ChatGPT, it can figure out how many images the story actually needs, where each scene should change, what each image should show, and what kind of visual style we should use. Basically, it handles the planning for you. So first, we're going to copy this special prompt. Along with the prompt, I'm also going to give you a few reference images. Download all of those images because we're going to use them to show ChatGPT exactly what kind of visual style we're looking for. And trust me, the final video is going to look really good. The story, the visuals, everything is going to be planned out properly. Just make sure you follow each step carefully, because if you skip something, you could end up messing up the entire workflow. All right, so first, let's head over to ChatGPT and paste our prompt right here. Then we're going to upload all of our reference images. Once everything is uploaded, just hit submit. And as you can see, ChatGPT immediately starts analyzing everything. It's looking at the image style, the storytelling style, the overall visual direction, and even figuring out where we need new images and how many images the story should have. Once it's done analyzing everything, we just tell it to create all the visuals based on the story we gave it. And look at this. It instantly starts generating all the prompts we need. These are the prompts we're going to use to actually create our images. So let's grab the very first prompt, copy it, and then head over to Google. Search for Flow, open the website, and create an account. We're going to use Google's image generation tools here to create all of our visuals. Once you're inside, click on New Project. Then you'll find the settings down here. Click on that, select Image Generation, choose your aspect ratio, and select the image model you want to use. You can also choose how many images you want to generate at once. And depending on the options available on your account, you may be able to generate images using the free credits or free tier. Now, let's paste our first prompt and hit generate. And there we go. As you can see, the image came out looking really good. If you like the result, just download it. Then we'll go back, grab the second prompt, paste it in, and generate the next image. And there it is. Now we'll do the exact same thing with the third prompt. Copy it, paste it, generate it, and we'll keep doing this until we've generated every image we need for the entire video. It's honestly pretty simple, but here's one thing you need to pay attention to. Don't just generate everything once and assume every image is going to be perfect. Sometimes an image might have weird details, the wrong composition, or something that doesn't match the story. So look through all of them carefully. In my case, all of these images came out pretty clean, so I'm going to keep the ones I like and delete the ones I don't need. Then I'll download all the final images. Now we need to actually edit the video. You can use pretty much any editing software you want. I'm using CapCut on my laptop, but you can do this on your phone too. Just import all your images, your voiceover, and any other footage you're using. Then start placing the images one by one according to the audio. If you're not sure which image goes with which part of the voiceover, just go back to ChatGPT and look at the prompts it generated. You'll see exactly which sentence or section each prompt was created for, so you can match every image to the correct part of the narration. For this example, we're creating a video based on Bible-related facts, but in the next part, we're going to take things even further and create videos around medical stories involving Jesus, which can make for some really interesting content. Once all the images are matched to the voiceover, we need to add some movement. This is where keyframes come in. If you don't know how keyframes work, you can easily find a quick tutorial on YouTube. For each image, go to the beginning and add a keyframe. Then move to the end of the image, add another keyframe, and slightly zoom in. Now, when the video plays, the image slowly moves and zooms instead of just sitting there completely still. And that makes a huge difference. Your visuals don't feel like a slideshow anymore. They actually have some movement to them. Now just repeat the same process for every image. Add your keyframes, create that subtle movement, and keep everything flowing with the narration. You can also use the ready-made presets inside the editor if you want. There are a bunch of different options you can experiment with. You can add filters, background music, sound effects, and other little details to make the final video feel much more polished. And instead of just explaining it, here's what the finished result looks like.
Have you ever wondered why Jesus told us, "Do not worry," when life gives us so many reasons to worry? Bills, your future, your family, your health, things you can't control. In Matthew 6, Jesus says, "Do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear." But here's the important part. Jesus wasn't saying your problems aren't real. He was teaching you where your trust should be. Look at the birds of the air. They don't store away food, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Then Jesus says something powerful. Are you not much more valuable than they? Think about that. Worry makes you focus on what might happen. Faith reminds you who is already there. And Jesus gives us the answer in Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Notice what he says first. Not your problems, not your fears, God. Because when God becomes your priority, worry doesn't automatically disappear, but it no longer has to control you. You can still have unanswered questions. You can still face difficult days, but you don't have to face them alone. So today, instead of asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" ask, "What if God is already taking care of me?" If this spoke to your heart, comment, "I choose faith over worry."
So that's how you can create these Bible fact videos using AI. But what if you want to create full-on story videos? Writing every story manually and planning every scene yourself would take forever. That's why it also created an automation system for the story generation part. I've already prepared a prompt specifically for generating these kinds of stories. All you have to do is copy the prompt, open ChatGPT, start a new chat, and paste it in. And as you can see, it instantly gives us 10 different story ideas. Now we just need to pick one. Let's choose this idea, copy it, and paste it back into ChatGPT. Then we'll simply tell it to write a 1-minute script based on that idea. And there we go. It instantly generates the entire script. The reason this works so well is because the prompt has already explained exactly what kind of story we want, how it should be structured, what needs to happen, and how the story should flow. So instead of starting from a blank page every single time, we've basically built a system that does most of the heavy lifting for us. All right, now we're going to take this story and break it down the exact same way we did before. I'm just going to give ChatGPT a simple instruction. Break the story down scene by scene. But there's one really important thing I wanted to keep in mind. We're not generating videos here, we're only generating images. So I want one image for every scene. That way, when we put everything together later, the video feels smooth and the visuals actually match what's being said. I also want the character design, colors, visual style, and all the other details to stay consistent throughout the entire story. I've already explained all of that inside the prompt, but you can read through it yourself and customize it however you want. Now, once I hit submit, ChatGPT immediately understands what we're trying to do. And just like before, it breaks the entire story down and gives us a separate image prompt for every single scene. So let's grab the first prompt, copy it, head back over to Google Flow, paste it in, and generate the image. Then we'll do the exact same thing for every scene. But here's something you need to watch out for. Not every image is going to come out perfect on the first try. For example, this one looks a little too faded for what I want. I want it to be much more colorful and visually appealing. So instead of trying to fix it myself, I'll just tell ChatGPT what I want changed. And as you can see, it generates an updated prompt for me. Now I'll copy the new prompt, head back to Flow, paste it in, and generate it again. And this time, that's much better. Now I can simply download this image. Then we'll grab the prompt for the second scene, paste it into Flow, and generate that one too. And as you can see, this one came out really well, so we'll keep it. Then we'll just continue this process for every scene. The main thing is don't move on until your images are looking right. If something looks wrong, keep adjusting the prompt until you get the result you want. Once the generation starts looking consistent and everything is working properly, you can just continue through the rest of the scenes. Now, there's another really important trick if you want your characters to stay consistent. You might notice that some of the images look completely different because we haven't given the AI any reference. So here's what we're going to do. Find one image where the character looks exactly the way you want. Click on the three dots and select Add to Prompt. Now, whenever we generate the next scene, we'll use that previous image as the reference. That way the character's face, clothing, colors, and overall visual style stay much more consistent throughout the entire story. And as you can see here, the results are looking way more consistent now. Now let's talk about the voiceover. Just like I showed you earlier, we'll first copy our script, head over to 11 Labs, paste it in, and generate the audio. It's really that simple. But if you want another option, there's actually another really good platform you can use called Google AI Studio. You can generate some really impressive voices there too. If you've never used it before, and just search for a quick tutorial on YouTube and you'll be able to figure it out pretty easily. Now, once the audio is ready, it's time to edit the video. First, import everything into your editing software. Then, just like before, place each image according to the voiceover. Make sure every image lines up with the part of the story it's supposed to represent. You can also add keyframes to create movement or use one of the built-in animation presets if you want to make things even easier. After that, add some filters, background music, sound effects, and whatever else fits your video. And that's basically it. Of course, how good your final video looks is going to depend a lot on how well you edit it. The better your editing is, the more engaging the video is going to feel. So I definitely recommend learning at least the basics of video editing. Now, you can have the best story, the best voiceover, and the best visuals in the world. But if your thumbnail sucks, none of that matters. People have to click on the video first. That's why I've also created a separate prompt specifically for generating thumbnails. I'm going to give you that prompt along with a few reference images. So first, download those reference images. Then go back to ChatGPT, paste the thumbnail prompt, and hit submit. ChatGPT will understand what we're trying to create and ask you for the reference images. Upload those as well. Once you submit everything, it'll analyze the references and figure out the visual style we're going for. Now, all I have to do is give it my story. For example, I'll tell it, I'm going to give you the full story. Based on this story, create prompts for generating the thumbnail. And as you can see, it gives me two different thumbnail prompts. We're going to use both of them to generate a couple of options. So let's grab the first prompt, head back over to Flow, set up our image settings, paste the prompt, and hit generate. Then we'll do the same thing with the second prompt. Copy it, come back to Flow, paste it in, and generate. And finally, there's our thumbnail. Just like that. You can create really good thumbnails without spending hours designing everything from scratch. And if you want to make any changes, that's easy too. Just take a screenshot of the thumbnail, upload it to ChatGPT, and tell it exactly what you want changed. It'll create another prompt for you, and you can paste that prompt back into Flow to generate the updated version. And if you struggle with writing video descriptions, I've got you covered there too. I've already included a prompt for that as well. Just ask ChatGPT to create a description based on your story, and it'll generate an SEO-friendly description tailored to your video. You can then copy and paste it directly into your YouTube description and make any small changes you want. And using the same process, we can create a thumbnail for our next story too, the one we started working on earlier in the video. And just look at this thumbnail. Honestly, this came out really good. If you tried to create something like this completely from scratch, you'd probably spend hours working on it. And even then, there's no guarantee you'd get a result this good. But with this workflow, most of the heavy lifting is already done for you. So that's basically the entire process, from creating the story to generating the visuals, creating the voiceover, editing everything together, and finally making the thumbnail and description. And if you found this useful, there's another video on your screen right now that I think you should definitely watch. Go check that one out.